Maybe you've seen some Will to Live online content on YouTube. Maybe you're thinking about downloading it. But is it worth your time? In this video, I'm going to be discussing it with you. I've been playing this game for about 4 months now. I have been really enjoying it, so I want to give you my opinions and tell you whether I think it's worth your time to download it and give it a go. The first thing I want to talk about is this game being looked after? Is there updates? Because if there isn't really any of that going on, then chances are it's going to be rubbish. There is still content being produced for this game, and there is fairly regular updates. Every few months or so, they tend to release fixes and release new events and stuff once in a while, which is nice because when a developer looks after their game, especially a game that's quite old but is still enjoyed by the community, it shows that they care about it. So that is one good thing about this game. So the game does have a lot to offer. Besides the standard base game, you do get different events throughout the year. They're constantly adding things like new quests, new objects, new locations, and things like that. So the game does regularly change and keeps getting better, in my opinion, or at least it has for the time that I've been playing it. As far as the gameplay itself goes, this game handles itself really well. The gameplay is nice and it is a really enjoyable game. I've spent many hours just going on hunting sessions, just sitting in an area and just hunting and farming monsters, just making money in general. It is a really nice way of leveling up other than doing quests, and it is quite a relaxing way to spend a couple of hours, and it's very enjoyable. For new players, the early game can be a bit long and can sort of drag on a little bit, but fortunately for you, I do have another video about how to get out of the early game quickly, so make sure you look at that one as well. I'm sorry, that was a shameless plug. But yeah, the early game can drag on a bit, but if you do manage to push through the early game and get to the point where you get that first weapon, it does open up a lot more of the world and make a lot more of the world accessible, so you don't just walk around and then end up dying. So you can actually explore and find the new areas, which obviously is a big part of this game. Having such a nice big map, there is loads to explore, and it's not just one map. There is a load of different maps with a load of different locations off them. So there is so much to explore on this game. So you can lose a lot of hours just running around exploring before you even start hunting monsters or doing quests. I have said in a previous video that the storyline does lack a little bit. There is kind of a storyline there, but you won't get engrossed in it too much, or at least I found that I didn't. The quests tend to be broken down into sort of 3 or 4 categories. So you'll have like your fetching quests, your quests where you have to go and kill a certain amount of animals or monsters to get a certain amount of loot from them. You'll have some exploration quests, so you have to go into an area and explore the full area, things like that. So the storyline itself is a bit weak. If you're a gamer who likes a good storyline, it may not be specifically the game for you story-wise, but the game does have a lot more to offer than just a story. If you're the sort of player who likes PvP, as you start getting in towards the later game, you'll start to join factions, and you can take part in faction wars and clan wars and things like that. So that can be good fun if you like PvP. If you only really want to play PvE, then you can join PvE only worlds, so you can hunt in peace knowing that you're not going to get shot at by some stranger. So I would say this game has a lot to offer, and I would say it's definitely worth trying, especially if you're new to this sort of game where it's mainly based around surviving, hunting, that sort of thing. It is definitely a great game to ease you into that style of game. That about does it for this video. Please leave a like if you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video.